Welcome back to Jersey Matters. We continue our conversation now with New Jersey Congressman Leonard Lance. Recently you had a bill make it through the House on something called spoofing, and that is when a phone number shows up on your cell phone and it's a government number, and you take it seriously, and it turns out it's someone posing as someone in the government, and they can scam, especially the elderly are especially susceptible to this. What does your bill do exactly?
My bill beefs up the protections against that, and this came to my attention from the sheriff of Somerset County. I represent most of Somerset County in the Congress, Sheriff Provenzano, and there were those who were pretending to be from his office. And of course, if I receive a telephone call from what I think is a governmental agency, I tend to respond to it, and these are those sometimes outside the borders of this country who are trying to defraud residents of this country, and particularly senior citizens and veterans. And I would caution, never give any personal information over the telephone, and I've discussed this with law enforcement officials. If the government of the United States contacts you, it will do so in writing. And my wife and I have been potential victims of this. We have had telephone calls from those pretending to be from the IRS. And of course, we have not responded to that. We've not given out our personal information. For example, we've not given out a Social Security number. And let me assure your viewers that if the IRS wants to contact you, the IRS will contact you in writing through the U.S. mails with a piece of paper. So under no circumstance should anybody, and this is particularly relevant to senior citizens and veterans, should anybody respond over the telephone with anybody pretending to be from the government. And the bill that I have sponsored with Grace Meng, a Democratic member of the House from the city of New York, from Queens County, the bill we have sponsored was placed in a much larger bill, the reauthorization of the Federal Communications Commission. The best way for legislation of this nature to pass is to fold it into a needed bill, an essential bill, and we have reauthorized the Federal Communications Commission. But if I can leave your viewers with one message today, it's do not ever respond over the telephone to anybody pretending to be from the government, because that person is not from the government. Yeah,
the IRS seems to get a certain amount of respect if somebody says that on the phone, but you're saying if they contact you on the phone, you can hang up.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And for example, when we do casework in this office, we have the person come into this office, this is individual pieces of casework, to sign a privacy form permitting us to do that work. If you have a veterans issue or a Social Security issue personally, and we have caseworkers in our district offices here in New Jersey, but there's always a written form that the constituent signs to make sure that we're not violating his or her privacy. And so there are all sorts of those in the world who are engaged in nefarious activity, and we're trying to stop that to the greatest extent possible.
We've talked about some extremely important issues, and some of those issues are divisive, but it's one of the nice things a congressman gets to do is something like the Congressional Art Contest. Explain what that is.
In every congressional district in this country, there's the opportunity to have an art contest for high schoolers, and we have always had such a contest, and we're having a contest again this year, and the artwork has to be presented to our office, I think, by the end of March, perhaps March 29th, and then there will be a contest on the 7th of April at Merck, and we have experts judge the artwork, and the winner of the contest has his or her artwork displayed in the tunnel between the office building, the Cannon office building, and the U.S. House of Representatives for 1 year. It's an exciting event for young people. We have very talented artists, and this is open to anybody in the public or private high schools of this congressional district, and we would urge young people to participate. And I'm very proud of the artwork we see. This is a congressional district that has wonderful schools, among the best anywhere in the United States, and in my opinion, some of the best artwork anywhere.
So if there's a young person or a parent out there that wants to get involved, they just go to your website?
Yes, or they certainly could call one of our offices here in New Jersey, and we'll be happy to provide information, and we encourage all young people to participate.
Great. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Always appreciate your time. New Jersey Republican Congressman Leonard Lance. Jersey Matters continues right after this. Still to come on Jersey Matters, one shortcut to New York has been eliminated. We'll explain when Jersey Matters continues.